Yay, there we
All right.
go. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, I've been this weekend we just had a couple of different family things going on, and today we had a birthday party for myself and my daughter and my uncle and my cousin. It's like all the family extended for
Oh, it was your
March.
birthday?
It was fun. It's going to be in a couple days.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's fun to just have that family time. I don't get to see everybody that often, so yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. How was your week? What's
Uh,
new?
it's been pretty hectic.
Really?
Yeah, there's just a lot of traveling, a lot of getting stuff ready. Um, I've been learning to play guitar, and that's been interesting.
Hmm. Wow. So you're doing piano, I'm sorry, not piano. You're doing guitar and voice at the same time.
Yes.
And you already have been, like in a choir for all those years too. I'm just like you're trying to get yourself fully in on music, right?
Yes.
And you have this performance that's when is the performance again? Like
Oh, it's like in 2 weeks.
a month? Okay, no. Okay, 2 weeks. Yeah. So you're learning the guitar for the performance too?
A little bit, just a really easy song that like Country Roads.
Oh, okay. Great though. Wow. How are you feeling about the performance?
Uh, I've never played an instrument in front of anyone. I think I might be a little bit nervous, but it's all good. It's just a couple of my friends. So,
Right. And are you gonna be like so you said you're traveling a lot.
yes.
Okay. And what are you traveling for again?
I
Just for
traveled a
fun?
little bit for mostly just road trips to see my friends for their birthday.
Oh,
I went
cool.
to Austin for a little bit, and then I'm going to be going to Broken Bow this weekend for a different occasion. And then the week after that, I'm also going again for another occasion. So yeah, I'm just getting ready for all that.
Wow. So you do you like to travel a lot? Do you do this often?
Um, I don't particularly like to travel a lot. Um, at least not driving. I like to fly, but not
Right.
driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you are doing a lot of driving right now.
Yes.
Okay. Well, hey. But this is great. You do it while you're young and while you have all this energy to just have a good time with your friends, right? That's what we're
Yeah.
supposed to do. I love that. Okay. Well, any progress with singing? Any feelings and questions right now with singing?
I think I'm making some progress. I definitely feel like um breath support, working on that out and out. Um, it's definitely helped a good bit. At first, I couldn't really tell until like I listened to some of the recordings. Like, oh yeah, that sounds definitely better.
Cool. I'm glad you glad you can tell. It is partly the first lesson is like you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Like this seems odd. Like, can I trust this guy? Does he really know what he's doing? And then also like to getting over the nerves of your own, stuff. So it's hard to process things even in the first lesson sometimes. So I'm glad you really got that information. That's the number one thing I wanted you to get out of day one. And so that's great. And then also like hopefully now you're starting to see, yeah, actually there's a couple things that I can, adopt from this and I'm starting to even feel the difference. So that's really good.
Yeah.
Cool. So what I'm thinking today, obviously we have a few more things to just go through to make sure you're on the same page with me on vocabulary too, but I want to start to hear you singing in the song that you were talking about last time, which I can't remember what I'd said, which one I chose was four
Tech
letters.
it.
Tuck it. Okay, I five that. Tech it. That's right. That's right. The acoustic tech it. Okay. And as I'm writing this, it's 3/8. Okay. So what we'll do first, we're going to spend just these quickly. I'm going to overview the concepts of ping, just the concept of ping probably today. And ping is the concept basically of how we feel and how we hear the resonance of our voice. It's very important because it's what makes singing more easy for us. It makes it more efficient. And even if it's not about like being loud, it can make you louder without you trying. So the nice thing, it's just like when you plug a guitar into an amp, more people can hear you when you're playing really nice and gentle, right? And you don't have to be super stressing while you're playing like that. if you're
Yeah.
you have a huge auditorium, right? So the point would be for your singing, we're trying to get your voice to be in a focused position so it's optimized and you don't have to do a lot of extra work or straining to get that same effect to happen, which is generally what we do want. We're trying to get our voice to project. So this is about getting the voice out of you really in the best way. And we're going to plug your voice into your built-in amplifier, which
Okay.
is right here in your face, the bones in your face.
Bones in my
Yeah,
face.
and you can feel there's a few different bones, right, that we have to work with. Why are the bones good for this? What do you think?
Well, just mentioned resonance, so I guess we're gonna use them to, I guess, alter the sound of our voice, or maybe to, well, you said amplify. I'd say, okay, use it to amplify. I don't know if I'm using the word right, resonance. No,
Right.
use it to, I guess, sound better, as vague as that sounds.
Yes, make it easier, right?
Easier.
Yeah. So when you have your voice lined up and then it's hitting these spots, it's almost like you're hitting the target. Like there's a whole range of everywhere you could be aiming your voice to. There's different bones in your face. They all carry different resonance. You have a few different ways your voice can resonate even. You have air conduction and bone conduction. Bone conduction will be, of course, when the air is actually traveling inside of the bone, the airwaves, sound waves, I mean, are coming inside the bone, repelling back inside the bone, and then bouncing, building on itself, and then exiting on the other side of the bone stronger. Just like when you sing into a, do I have my water bottle here? But no. But if you sing into a water bottle, it's a lot louder than if you sing into a pillow, right? A pillow is just absorbing it all. It's taking it away. So we want something that's going to do a little bit of the and then it's going to come out. And that's what the bones do for you. The air does that as well. The air will actually do that build up inside your mouth, which is why if we build a bigger cavern, if you will, like a cathedral for your voice to ring in your mouth, this is what space comes back to. Then that helps the air conduction. It makes it a richer, more warm, round tone. But you can change these things stylistically, and it helps you have a little bit more nuance to the sound, as well as ease. We're looking for your voice to be in the right optimized place for your body, and also for it to be easy for you to do this, do whatever note it is in your range, and know where that's going to be, right? Okay, it sounds like you're a little quieter. I don't know if it's changed your mic settings at all.
It's
There we go.
basically. I will
Oh,
enough.
is your mic on your headset?
My mic is actually in front of me. It's this thing.
It's that mic? Are you sure that that's the one?
So it might actually be connected to my headset right now. Let me check.
Check on the settings there real quick, just in case.
Quieter now. Okay, yeah. Should be connected. Hello.
Oh, there we go. Yes, very nice. Okay, and you could turn it up if you want, even if that's an option. All right. So I'm going to share my screen because this is the booklet again. And quickly to look through this, right? Ping
Yes.
is the control of the placement of your voice for optimum breath efficiency and presence by feeling the vibrations of sound in the mask of your face. The mask is generally this area, right? The Batman mask.
Makes sense.
You also have bones here in your jaw, right? And
Yeah.
there's even bones like the neck bones, I suppose, right here in your spine, even your top of your skull, right? All of these things are able to resonate sound, and you can feel them when you talk. Ah, ah, ah. Do a little bit of that, or la, 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 la. Even right
La la
here
la
on your
la la la
chest, you can feel your
la.
sternum bones will resonate right here in your rib cage. Ah.
Uh,
One of the reasons why they call it chest voice is because
uh,
it actually resonates in your
it's
chest a
in your
lot more,
chest.
right? You feel it? And then
Yeah.
head voice is likewise, ah, Doesn't really have ah as much resonance, still has some. Ah, it's a lot more up in this zone.
Okay.
So ping is going to play with that concept of resonance, but it's not just the sound of it, and it is also the vibrations of it, the feeling of actually doing it. And this is something you can stylize and change for whatever word, vowel, note you're singing. So when we look at, I'm going to move down to my, where is that at? Okay, right here. This is where a brief, quick thing for anatomy, I suppose, right here. We're looking at your voice is down here, of course, right? There's your voice, your larynx, vocal folds. And this air is traveling like this. It's going up, it's going up. And what does it got to do?
It's got to go up and then out.
Yes, it's trying to come out. And how can I come out? What do I have to do?
Well, it would probably
Like,
bounce off
can I
of.
keep going straight? No, it's not going to work.
No.
Right? So we
I'll
got to
have to
bounce
follow that
off.
tunnel.
Yeah. We're going to go up and we're going to turn. We can either go out this way, which this would be out your mouth, right? That's one
Yeah.
hole in the front of your face. Where's the other hole in the front of your face?
In
Holes.
front of my face. Nose.
Your nose. So you have two options really. And this is something we can toy with, as far as am I having more air come out my nose or more out my mouth? And this thing right here is going to be partly deciding some of that. This is your soft palate, right? Hard palate being your bones right here. Let me draw it with a different color. Are you familiar with any of these terms?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So your hard palate is the bones that are sitting here, and really this goes all even over here. This is the mask of your face, all of the bone structure right in this area, behind your eyes, right? This is used to help resonate your voice. But the most optimized position is this X right here. It's kind of like aim the sound to this area, and the bones right here in your cheeks are going to do a lot of vibrating. When you say, hey, hey, see if you can feel it there already.
Mm-hmm. Hey, hey.
Say it a little bit. Hey, higher even.
Hey, hey,
You feel it? Hey, hey,
hey.
yeah. And when you have your voice in that position, it makes it easier for you to be louder. Now, again, you don't have to be loud. You could do the same thing quietly. Hey,
Hey, hey, hey.
good. So when you have that placement, the tone of your voice is richer. It's a little bit easier for you, so you don't have to have this pull down here to get there. How are we doing that? How are we aiming it here? It's kind of instinct, number one, but also you're using technically the soft palate, which is right here. And I don't love how this is positioned, honestly, in the drawing. I want to kind of redraw this at some point because this soft palate is completely touching the back, and it really doesn't do that unless you're being like the Stitch voice, which is like, oh, hello, right? Like,
Yeah.
We don't need that sound. It does relax down there, I suppose, if you close your mouth, like this person also has a closed mouth. So when your soft palate is up, usually your soft palate is in this area right here, and it's sort of like up there. And so there's a little bit of room for the air to actually travel behind it right here and come up into the nose and spin and come out your nose. So you know the feeling of that when you just go, right? Yeah. And then that also, this is also, by the way, where your uvula dingles right here. The little dangly, yeah, your little, that thing. And so that's back here. You can have this come down as well and touch your tongue. And that's when you say words like, or sounds like that. So sing, right? All of the air goes into your nose when you do an NG sound. Right? Can you feel that? Do you feel the resonance up here? And even maybe a little pressure and vibrations in your face. Yeah. So when you have the air aimed into your nose like that, it gives you more brightness, I would call it, a little more shimmer to the sound, and what is really ping. We need a little bit of that all the time.
Okay.
And if you have none of that, it's okay because it's stylized, right? We can do that. We can say, hey, back here if you want. But most of the time, that sound isn't the one you're going for. Most of the time, it's a little more of a balanced tone, like, hey, hey, right here. Because it's easier, it sounds nice, and, you know, we can live there for a lot of different sounds and words, right? So, hey, 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 hey. Like, we have all these options. This is all changing the ping, right? I could go, hey, and really
Okay.
exaggerate the differences on that, right? This
Yeah.
is a whole spectrum of choices you have.
Okay.
And that, likewise, the different vowels. Oh, right?
Yeah.
Oh. So we're looking for that sound to feel in a natural, balanced place for you, where you don't have to work too hard, and also where the sound is nice, right?
Okay.
Cool. So ping is going to be inside of every vowel, every word. It's always happening in some way, and you're choosing how much ping do I want to give this one? How much do I need to lean into that feeling and specifically aiming it right in that X?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So would you just like experiment with how much ping you need for each song?
It's a great question. I think you will probably end up putting your sound in general in kind of a default place so that every song you approach with your voice, you know where that starting point is. And then you could choose, okay, this is a little bit more of an angsty sound. I'm going to bring this more punk type of tone to it. So I'm going to whine it a little bit more. I'm going to be a little brighter. I'm going to make it a little bit more pingy overall. Yeah. Or maybe even on a couple words, you choose you want that emphasis, which is where we start to talk about a concept of twang. And twang is really a stylizing, it's a stylizing tool to be able to not only shift just brightness of the tone, but also the vowel at the same time. And a lot of times we're brightening to a smaller, more closed vowel when that's happening. So you're saying like, hey, hey. And at the end of the phrase, be like, way, hey, hey. You'd lean into that way instead of way and keeping it back here.
Yeah.
So that could be useful. Twang is something we'll use, and that's basically using the ping to just stylize on a couple syllables of a word here and there. A little bit more specific for each line, each word, maybe even in the song. But yes, on a zoomed out level, when you first approach each song, you're probably going to come in with the same default tone that you would bring to the song, knowing, hey, I like this place for my voice. It feels good and efficient here for me. It's healthy. And also this is where I like my sound to kind of exist as an artist and my instrument,
Okay.
So, yeah, good question. And then any other questions and thoughts about ping in general?
About ping. I haven't. I'll probably have more later on, but
You'll start to notice that certain vowels, it's easier to feel the ping than others. Like I mentioned, this twang concept, like E, these smaller closed vowels, those have a lot of ping built into them, that brighter tone. When I say E, in general, that's brighter than aw, right? That's because the shape of my tongue that actually creates that sound wave of an aw or an E, which is the shape that I have to make with my tongue. So when I say E, there's a little bit more of a ramp that helps the air just naturally want to hit these bones in my face. So when it's closed like that, it's easier to do ping. Versus aw is a little harder. Might naturally not want to go to that same spot for ping, but we have to aim it there a little bit more, maybe be more intentional with that. Now on the flip side of that, the partner to ping is space, and that's what we're going to talk about more next time probably. Space being where we really flavor our sound and tone, because that is the more like here's how ping works this way, where it's like front and back. You're kind of aiming it forward and back, if you will. Like I'm leaning into it or I'm pulling back on it, right? Like this. Space, on the other hand, is more vertical. And that has more to do with the tongue position and also the soft palate as well, working with that. But we're talking about like a vertical component of space where how much room do I have for this air to flow through my throat?
Okay.
So those things work together. Some vowels naturally have more space, right? Like ah, is open. So it has
Oh,
the space component, harder for it to get the ping. And we need to keep
okay.
those things in balance. So we're going to think about ping maybe more on an ah.
Okay.
Versus E, I don't need to think about the ping as much, but the space, E, that's harder to find on an E for sure. E. Not the sound we're going for usually when you're singing. Me, not quite the sound, right? Me, a lot more the sound that we're looking for usually. That E is a vertical E shape, and that's because it has space in the back. But this is getting into space. So still talking about ping overall, notice that some of the vowels will have it, some won't as much. And you'll notice we're going to try to find how do we get ping in everything. Some of them have to become a little bit more similar to the ones that are working.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's get to the song. Whew. That was longer than 5 minutes, but it was a nice little overview for you. Let's see. Tech it. All right, you've sung it before.
Yes.
And do you feel like... Okay, could you sing this a cappella right now?
Okay, I can try.
Okay, let's do it. I want to hear it again.
Okay. How did you? Okay. Give me a second. I'm just nervous.
That's totally fine.
Where'd you learn what it means to reciprocate? And how many? Oh.
Let's do that first line.
Alright.
That was great. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. One more time. I'm going to pull
What
up
if
the track
instead
here.
of
Sorry.
designing thumb...
Sorry, it's
Okay.
giving me an ad. Sing it one more time.
Okay.
Take a deep breath right in front of this. Remember your support underneath this, and that feeling underneath the phrase. Go ahead.
Where'd you learn what it means to reciprocate? And how much should I be expected to tolerate? Sorry. I don't know why heart rate just rising so fast.
It's okay. It's normal, actually. How many times have you sung in front of people?
Probably like maybe once or twice.
Okay, so there you go. This is brand new. That's why. Once you do this enough times, you'll see like I'm unfazed by everything, and you'll be like, okay, he's not judging me at all. He really doesn't care. So this is all in my head. So you'll realize that, and you'll start to get more letting go of that. You're working on that right now. You just showing up and doing it is part of it. So you're doing great. I'm gonna play this just so you can reference this again. This is the song, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna go to, but this is not the acoustic version, though.
Yeah, that's the actual
original.
official.
Okay, so where's that list that you sent me again? Well, I'll put an acoustic and I'll search this again. Maybe it's this. Is it this? Feels like that's a different singer.
Yeah, it's a different singer. I can send it to you if
Okay, will you, if you don't mind? Thank you.
you use the Zoom chat.
Perfect. Okay, so love it. Thank you.
Where did you learn what it means to reciprocate?
So notice how when he sings that line, first off, it's really long. He uses all that air. I think you could do a little bit more of that. And then enjoy the time that you have, right? Enjoy the sound of your voice a little bit more, too. What it means to reciprocate.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay.
You're
Okay,
doing it.
okay, hold on. Where did you learn what it means to reciprocate? Hold on. Where?
Do it again. Let's just do the same line again. That was great. Even if we just work on this one line and I want to pull in the concept of ping to this.
Okay.
How you can feel the difference, okay? This is a great example of actually a nice, open, relaxed sound. And also what he's doing really well in this is this isn't a bright sounding song. I mean, it doesn't have a ton of ping to it. But he has his voice hitting in a spot that's still really efficient and consistent through the sounds. So reciprocate. It's all hey, hey, hey. It's in this zone. It's also a little bit breathy. So if we take that concept away, because breathiness is sort of a little bit more advanced even, if right now, if we want to sit with just hey, 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 find where that sits, and then we can breathalyze it, as I like to call it, where you go, hey, hey, add some extra air to it. But find that vowel, hey, right now. First sing that.
Hey. Wait. Hey. Hey.
Yeah, use the support underneath. Hey.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
Hey.
Way.
Hey.
Where did you learn?
What it means to reciprocate.
Yeah, reciprocate.
Reciprocate.
Good. And you'll notice that part of what I do sometimes, we deconstruct words. We deconstruct vowels even into multiple vowels because it's slow motion singing. It is not the same pattern as speech. And even when we look at it on the paper of lyrics, that's not what it is in the room. We don't see it. We're not really looking. So we don't know. If I didn't speak English, right, this would all still need to flow and connect the same way this other singer is. And that's why it's more about the sounds, not to say you shouldn't have an intention and meaning behind the words. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying that the words you say are slow motion and they may need to be deconstructed. So as we're looking at this, I may just give you reciprocate, right?
Reciprocate.
Reciprocate, meaning that part is not open enough. So let's find where we can get that to connect to this placement. Reciprocate. Try that.
Reciprocate.
Good. In the middle of those, that was not much better. All of those seem to hit here a lot better. Can you try one that's an extreme of this? Reciprocate. Go over the top. Sound Bob Dylan with it. Do you know who Bob Dylan is?
Reciprocate.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That actually had a lot of ping. Good. So now you know where that one is. So we know we're not doing that one. Pull it back. Maybe that was at like, if you had to turn that all the way, that was like 100% or maybe 95% ping. Let's pull back to 75%. Reciprocate. Where's that?
Reciprocate.
Okay. And where is 65%?
65. Reciprocate.
Okay. Yeah, so that sounds like it's like living right here. If I was pointing the direction that it was going instead of like right here, if I was aiming it like this, reciprocate, the first one, reciprocate.
Reciprocate.
Yes. What are the three vowels that we have now? Now that was great. Good job. What are those?
The three values.
Uh-huh.
Sip.
The vowel sounds.
Vowel sounds.
Mm-hmm.
There's an I.
Uh-huh. So what does it sound like when you say it?
Eh.
Yep.
Uh.
Yes.
A.
Yes. Great. A. Let's just take those, take off the consonants. And you have the notes still too. A.
A.
Good. I want those to connect. This should be one gesture. A. Good. A lot of what I do is slides. Sliding notes and sliding pitches because your voice is not a piano. Your voice is not a guitar. It's actually most like a violin, if you were to say, where you have, but it's just one set of strings. And you have to use your finger. There's no fret. You have to tune this thing, and you can slide it up and down. In order to move things, you have to go like this. Do, 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 and choose those notes quickly. Or slide guitar almost, you know. Hey, we actually are sliding ever so, carefully between these notes. So it should be that the airflow adjusts, of course, for each of these notes. Ba, 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 right? But we need to make sure that they are still connecting with that breath. That's roughly what the phrase was, right?
Yeah.
So if we want that breath to follow the shape of that, make sure they all sit here with those vowels, hitting the ping consistently no matter what.
Okay.
Sing that phrase again. Full thing.
Full thing. Okay. Where did you learn what it means to reciprocate?
Mm-hmm. When did you learn?
Okay. Where? Oh wait, hold on. Where? Why can't I sing?
You can.
Where did you learn? Where did you learn?
Yeah. When you're doing a scoop into learn, you're disconnecting that one a little bit. Where did you learn? You can do the scoop. Just make sure you don't trip yourself up when you're doing it. Hey,
Okay. Should I do the scoop or not do the scoop?
Yeah, do what I just did.
Okay. Where did you learn?
Yeah, that was better. Take off the consonants. Hey, nice. That was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. What it means, right? Uh-huh. To recip, right?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what is
I
that?
know. It's a whole other language now, right? Yes. Mhm. Reciprocate, or is it reciprocate?
Reciprocate, I
Right.
believe.
Yeah. So we want to find that same vowel that has those in the words, right? But it also is tricky because you're taking off these consonants and it sounds like another language. But when you do the vowels as you glide through, you notice, oh, wait a minute, I'm doing back here, and then or ooh, I'm saying the wrong vowel. And when I do that, I'm pulling off my ping. We need to get in the same zone and prioritize that sensation, keeping the buzz right here in the front of your face. Some people have a hard time feeling that buzz. Do you feel the buzz in your face?
I do. Only when I'm actively trying to look for it.
Yeah, it's a learned sensation in a way because if you're not paying attention to it, it's sort of always happening. And so we have to like fine tune our focus onto this zone of your face. And you will start to feel it though if you don't. It'll be even more apparent. That's what I'm focused on a lot when I'm singing. I'm like, okay, where is the voice resonating right now when it's hitting my face? And I'm also thinking about what's going on in my throat and what the feelings are there. But you start to really prioritize, what does this feel like? What does this feel like? That's what singing has got to come back to. Remember, it's all sensation based.
Sensation.
Yeah. All right. Good job. I will send you a couple things too to reiterate this concept. I know that last time I believe I sent you some things, and maybe I didn't send them. Hopefully I did. Let me check. I might not have sent you the 3 recordings I was going to send you last week, but regardless, I'm going to send them this week and some others too. These will help you with ping. If I didn't, I'm really sorry. It will have some stuff for you to practice.
Okay.
Okay, and then you should have the recording of this lesson as well, and then making sure you followed through. Were you able to figure out payment for this again? Or
yeah, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Venmo you. Just want to make sure that you got it.
totally. Yeah, and you can do. Did you find my Venmo?
I believe so. Is this
Okay.
correct? Hold on. There's
It's all blurry. This probably is correct. I don't know if there's any other Jameson Tabors out there in the world. There aren't actually. That's me. Perfect.
It's reversed.
Awesome. Yeah.
Don't mind my dirty bedroom.
I can't even see it. It's totally fine. Whatever. You have no idea what my house looks like. Thank you. And great work. Am I seeing you next week?
I will be out of town next Sunday.
Okay.
Do you have any time during the week or the next weekend, or should I just schedule for
Yeah.
skip one week and
No, this week I should have some time also in the week on potentially, let's see, potentially on Wednesday and also potentially on Friday. Specifically Friday though I don't know yet what time, but
okay.
do you know what time you're looking for?
I do not yet. I'll text you though.
Text me
I'll
about it.
keep you
Let's
updated.
and we'll try to get something on the books. And if it's not this week, then next week I'm happy to do that too. But let's try to figure out what works best for you so that we can keep you going consistent if possible.
Okay.
And great job.
All right.
Notice
Thank
this
you.
feeling, practice this in the song, deconstruct the words, take away those consonants, and listen for the vowels.
Okay.
Practice it
So
like
like
that.
a vowel audit.
Yeah, I like calling it that. That's nice. A vowel
Okay.
audit. Okay. Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you when I see you, but give me
All
that
right.
give me a text and let's set that up.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Michael. Good to see you.
All right. Good to see you, James. Bye.
Bye.